computer. So hello everyone. This is Zahid Bashir, your trainer for quantitative primary data analysis. It is advanced level, and we have started Smart PLS, and we will conclude today Smart PLS 4. It is training day 13th and dated 26th January 2024. The time slot for this session is 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. session 1, 2, and 3. So myself, Zahid Bashir, I am a faculty member in Department of Commerce, University of Gujarat, and a PhD scholar at Halle College of Commerce, University of Punjab. So today we will discuss the conclusive part of Smart PLS 4, and I hope you will learn a lot from this software. So, what topics we will cover in today's discussion in session one during 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We will discuss some basic consideration regarding some advanced tools and some parts that we didn't cover in our previous session. In session two, during 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., we will discuss CFA, PLSM, second and higher order constructs. Then we will discuss in session three regarding the CBSM. So, regarding our some basic consideration, what will we cover during 6:30 to 7:30 p.m.? It includes the moderation analysis with interaction plot slope analysis, and previously I have missed this part. In addition to it, we will also discuss multi-group analysis. Then we will cover how to solve issues related to conversion validity and reliability, discriminant validity and reliability, then common method biases, how do we estimate common method biases, then R square, F square, and Q square. How would we cover all these things? Then I will also let you know how to check the robustness using linearity, endogeneity, and heterogeneity. So these are the basic consideration. Then we will cover the higher order constructs in reflexive higher order constructs, reflexive formative higher order constructs, moderation analysis with higher order moderator, then mediation analysis with higher order mediation. In addition to this, we will cover in the third session measurement model, basic consideration of model fit indices for CBSM, structural model moderation analysis, and mediation analysis. So these are the things that we will cover in today's session. So let's start from our basic consideration that we will cover during our first session of 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. So let's start for moderation analysis with interaction plot slope analysis. So let me open some data files so that I will let you know how to cover this basic consideration. Let's suppose the data set that I have shared with you in the last session uh, was this one, and I would like to open this data set here in SPSS first, and then I will open this data set in Smart PLS2. So this data set was about the tourism sustainability. I have shared uh, some guidelines regarding this data set. For example, uh, this one, yes, I have shared the guidelines regarding it. Yes, this one. Basically, a dependent variable was entrepreneurship intention. Mediator or moderator, you can consider tourism sustainability. Then IV1 is perceived attitude and IV2 is perceived behavior. So these are the variables that were here in this data set. And you can also verify these variables in this form, like TS stand for your tourism sustainability. EI stand for entrepreneurship intention, and PA stand for perceived. EA stand for perceived attitude, PA, then PB perceived behavior. So these are all the variables that are here in this data set. So we need to open this data set in Smart PLS. So let's start the Smart PLS software. Here it comes. Just wait for a couple of seconds and we will be here and we will discuss all these things using this data set. So again, the data set, the Smart PLS require you to have a workplace for this data set. Let's choose a workspace. For example, it is day 13. So let's have the place at here for day 13 analysis. All right, and select this one, and the workplace has been created. You can verify here, see users Zahid desktop day 13 analysis. So what we need to do, we need to create a new project and we consider it advanced tools, for example, and we need to import the data file. So we go to the desktop where the data file is located. So this is the data set and it is actually loaded. So we import it. So the data set has imported in our Smart PLS 4. You can verify using the raw data option here, like this. So what we need to do next, go to the back and create a model. So we need to create a model and we can choose PLSM and we can consider measurement model. All right. Then save it and it will show the screen like this. Now, we need to see our dependent variable. Our dependent variable is entrepreneurship intention. So we go to the EI, which is entrepreneurship intention. We need to select them and we need to drag them here, EI. And then we need to select any one of these independent variable. We can select both of them, but for the purpose of convenience and for the purpose of uh, letting you know the moderation analysis with interaction plot slope analysis in a simple way, I need to select any one of them. Like for example, I need to select the PA, that is perceived attitude, as a independent variable. So this is independent, this is dependent. I will need to create a moderation variable over here, and the moderating or mediator is tourism sustainability, that is TS. So we can select here the TS as a moderating variable like this. So this has appeared here. Now we can connect these variable like this. We need to create a direct relationship first, and then we need to create a moderating relationship. So in this way, you can create your relationships. So what we need to do, at first, we need to run a measurement model. So for the purpose of running a measurement model, what you need to do, you need to adjust them and always remember, for considering the measurement model, you need not to include the moderation analysis over here. So we can run the measurement model first in order to see if anything you can say wrong in the calculation of discriminant or conversion validity would be found over here or not. So we have run the measurement model and we can see here the results. So in case of path coefficient, you can see the impact of PA is negative and the impact of TS is positive. While we can see the outer loadings, outer loadings are all goods because are all greater than 0.70. Then you can see the construct validity and reliability. It is all good because Cronbach alpha is greater than 0.7, composite reliability is greater than 0.7, then AVE is greater than 0.50. So there is no issue found here. Then you can see the discriminant validity. There is an issue of perceived attitude because this value is basically greater than 0.90. You can also verify in Fornell-Rocker criteria the values. You can say here the in case of the column PA, you can see the value is greater. The value should be less than in the column from the first value, but it is greater. So here is an issue in PA. You can also verify this in your cross loadings. You can see the values for E1 here are good. They have no issue in cross loading. You can also see PA1, PA1, PA2, PA3, PA4, PA5, PA6. But there is an issue of three values like PA4, PA5, and PA6. Here they are also cross loaded with TS because their values are greater than 0.70 in case of TS also. So there is a issue is found in case of PA4, PA5, PA6. So there is an issue in the constructs of PA, that is perceived attitude. Then you can see TS. You can see the values of TS are also cross-loaded in case of you can see PA. So there is also an issue of TS with PA. So their values are cross-loaded. So we can consider to remove the TS. Either we can consider to remove the TS or we need to remove the PA. So here is the VIF also. You can see the VIF values. These are less than 5. So these could be considered good. But in case of inner model, you can see these values are high. In case of inner model, these values are very high. So inner model VIF basically shows if the values are greater than 3.3, we can consider there is a common method biasness is here. So these values should be less than 3.3 in case of inner model VIF. If these values are greater than 3.3, there might be an issue of common method biasness in case of our data set. So the issue is found in case of PA and TS. Again, you can see the model fit. SRMR is good because it is less than 0.08. NFI is also good. So there is a no issue of model fitness, but issue is found in VIF as well as in Fornell-Lorker cross-loading, you can say. But in case of construct validity and reliability, there is no issue. So we need to address these issues. Here, the first thing I would like to let you know that is moderation analysis with interaction plots log. So first, I will let you know how to consider interaction plot slope analysis using smart PLS, and then I will let you know the multi-group analysis. Then after this, I will let you know how to resolve the issues if some issue is found conversion validity and reliability. On the other hand, if the issue is found discriminant validity and reliability, then how to deal with the common method biases, then how to consider R square, F square, and Q square, and then how to consider linearity, endogeneity, and heterogeneity. So first, we need to address moderation analysis with interaction plot. So let's suppose we go back to our model like graphical output, and we need to consider it as a moderation analysis. So we need to connect TS as a moderator like this, and like this, and you need to run the bootstrap analysis like this. You need to consider the complete and bias corrected bootstrap analysis, and the test type must be two-tailed 0.05 fixed seed level. You need to click start calculation. It includes the complete process of analysis, so it will give us a better results because moderation analysis involved here. So I will let you know how to point out the slope of moderation analysis and how to interpret that. Although I have also let you know how you indirectly can how you can indirectly use the slope analysis using the stat tool, which is basically addressed using the Excel sheet that I have previously shared. So here you can see the values are here. You can use the blank for no you can use the path coefficient and p values here. You can use r square for your dependent variable. For outer model, you can make it blank because we doesn't require the p values for our indicators. Then you can open the this option, absolute value. So here, what we have learned from here, there is a negative and insignificant impact of PA on EI, and there is a negative and significant moderating impact of TS. So how can we find out from path coefficient? If you can see in the path coefficient, the impact of PA on EI is negative, but it is not significant. But in case of TS and EI, there is a positive impact which is highly significant, although this impact is not required. I am interested in the moderation impact only. So in case of moderation impact of TS on EI, it is basically decreasing the impact of PA on EI. Sorry, there was a little interruption of internet, but I have find out again. So you can see here the moderation impact. So how can this would be verified from slope plot? There you can see the total impact. Then you can see there are a lot of option here. Like in case of graphical output, outer loading. This is a histogram if you would like to see the path coefficient histogram over here. Total effect histogram. There was a slope option not appearing here, but I will need to find out why it is not here. I need to run the process again in order to find out the slope. Here the normally the slope analysis comes in here, but if it is not found, maybe in the software there is something change that doesn't appear the option, but just wait for some second. It will take some time, and normally it will take some seconds to complete the process. There is nothing in indirect impact, total impact. There must be an option of slope over here, but I don't know why it does not appear. Well, I will discuss the multi-group analysis then. Maybe the option is missing over here, or something is maybe I forgot uh, the option.
Excuse me,
Hello.
can I ask a question?
Yes, yes, you can ask.
Okay. If I have a model that contains maybe two IVs, one
Okay.
DV, and a moderator,
All right.
now do I need to first measure the direct relationship for measurement model before I consider measuring the moderator?
Can you
Now,
repeat?
second question is
Can
if I
you
have a model, okay,
can you compose your question, because there is an interruption is in voice and I could not understand your first question. Can you compose this question in the
okay,
chat box?
okay, okay. That now there is a button for moderating effect here, but you didn't use it to compute moderation. Why?
I didn't understand your question. There is an interruption in your voice. Your voice is
Okay, let
breaking.
me type up.
Yes, 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 yes. You can type the question. All right, you are asking there is a button for moderation effect at the top. You didn't use it. Why? Yes, we can use it. Previously, moderating effect button was not available in Smart PLS 4, but they have provided an updated version of Smart PLS 4, and we can use it. We can use it. It is an alternative option. What is your second question? You can see here, if I click on moderating effect button, they say to create a moderating effect, connect a construct to an edge. So it is simply giving an instruction of connecting the line with some edge. So we don't need to use it separately. If we click, nothing will appear here. If we in the smart pls3, we can simply right click on our dependent variable, and there is an option of moderating effect appear over here. But in this version, you simply need to connect your arrow sign with your direct impact line. So we need not to use the moderating effect button rightly from here, because it is just giving an instruction. So the only thing I would like to describe over here is basically, whenever your moderating is continuous, like a quantitative variable, or whenever it is categorical variable having more than two categories, you can use the moderation like this. But sometimes whenever we need to use a moderating variable which is binary, for example, we have a gender variable over here which have the binary coding, and if we want to use the moderating impact of this variable, like I would like to connect it, then we have two ways to do this. The first thing is, if you want to analyze your moderator in case of binary coding, in the whole model. For example, if I have more than two independent variable, just like I have another independent variable pb. So there are two ways. Either I can connect my moderating variable with both of these independent variable, or I can also consider consider another tool which is known as multi-group analysis. So I want to apply the moderation of gender on my overall model. There is a way you can do it to create the moderating impact of gender on both of your independent variables separately, like this. You can do here, you can see your model like this. I want to consider the moderating impact. If I have a model that let me read your question. If I have a model that contains independent variables dv and moderation, do I need to measure direct effect first, or I should connect the moderator and compute at once? Yes, you need to consider the direct impact also, and you can do this all at once. You can connect the direct as well as moderating impact. So it is up to you how you design your model. You can directly connect your independent variable with your dependent variable, and then you can connect the moderator. You can do it all at once. So I was discussing about multi-group analysis. So in case if you have a moderator like gender, and you want to consider in the overall model, you can do it in two ways. First is by connecting the moderator with each of your relationships, and the second thing is that is most common in most of your research articles that are recently published, is multi-group analysis. So how can we perform the multi-group analysis in case of our moderating variable, which is, you can say, our moderating variable which is uh, binary coding. So let's suppose our moderating variable which is non-categorical or non binary is ts, and I just want to see the moderating impact over here. I would like to hide its indicator. And I would like to connect this. Like this. So it is connected because TS is non-binary. It is basically a 5 point or 7 point Likert scale. But in case of binary moderating variable, we need to run a moderation analysis. So how can we run it? I will explain you after, because the meeting is going to over within 1 minute, and I would request all of my participants to join again using the same link which I have provided, so that I will explain the multi-group analysis procedure here. Till then, if anyone have a question, you may ask.